Okay, so I wanna show you guys something that I was just doing, right? So I initially was like, hey, what's a self-sustaining job that I could get into that will protect me and allow me to sustainably live um when that protects me for when AI comes. And it was like, and it says, this model is overloaded right now. Please try again later or use a different model. And I was like, that's weird. Okay. So then I went to her. I basically just clicked on a profile and I found a tweet which was, thank you, this. And it was, where was it? It was down a short ways. It was this. I just picked this and it was, it means really nothing, right? But it gets it to think. So I was like, so I hit the little Grok thing. Like, so I hit the Grok and it was like, okay, here's a response. And I said, how is this received by the public? Because what I was really looking for was, are you going to give me an answer? I asked this question about this other thing, about sustainability and being able to protect myself for when AI eventually comes. And it was like, we're not going to pay attention. Like, I'm not going to do that. Basically, it felt like it kind of rejected the question. And then I was like, so I just said, how was this received by the public? Which is just a general thing, right? And it goes da 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 da, and it gives it to me, right? And then I say, how do you say take back your country in Japanese? Because I saw this other post about, like, here's Japan and they're getting bombarded with, they're getting like a ton of immigration and people there are complaining. They're like, we're losing our country. What's going on? Um, and so I said, how do you take back your country in Japanese? And it says, this model is overloaded right now. And this is what I got on the previous questions. Then I said, can you translate something for me? Another just general broad question. Yes, of course, I'd be happy to translate something for you. So now I'm like, and it just gives me a random example. So then I'm like, okay, it didn't like that I said like this phrase. What about a similar phrase but just is different, right? So I said translate take back your yeah, this is where I said take back your country in Japanese and it said no. And then I said translate I'm late for work in Japanese. And so it did. It said here you go. So I'm like, okay, so the translating thing works. It's understanding. So then I say now translate take back the food. Right? So I said here's just a plain common phrase that somebody might say in Japanese. I'm late for work. And it says, "Yeah, sure, here you go." Then I say, I want to change it that's closer to the question that I want to ask it, which is take back the instead of take back the country, take back the food, right? So I'm just replacing one word. And then it's like, "Sure, here you go. Here it is." And then I say, "Now translate take back your country." And I get this model is overloaded right now. Please try again shortly or pick a different model. So I'm just kind of curious, like, if somebody else wants to try this out, like, why is it that this is like, why is it not giving me these types of answers? Why is it not translating these kinds of things? What's going on? I'm Maybe it's just me, but something feels off. And I've at this point I've asked too many questions, and it's like you've hit your limit for 20 questions in 2 hours because I was trying to get these answers. And each time it was like this model is overloaded right now. It counted those as like actual questions that seemingly I would have received a um an answer for, but I didn't get the answer. So it's like I basically wasted a whole bunch of questions, and the only ones that actually did anything were completely useless questions. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe something's happening. Maybe it's nothing. But maybe other people can give this a shot. Try asking it some more difficult questions on. And this is Grok, so I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It really just doesn't make sense. So give this a shot. I'm not in premium or anything like that. So give it a shot. All right. See you guys.